Ciao! Welcome back to a new video. Guys, we actually haven't done a Things Will Change video in quite a very long time. I'm very sorry about that, but the last few chapters have been so good that I wanted to actually talk about something else rather than in regards with the Things Will Change video where we talk about the possible future of the Black Clover manga in regards to the most recent chapter. So guys, we are officially back, but guys, before we jump into it, there is a few things I do want to talk about. First of all, we had an absolutely epic live stream. Over 2,433 people checked in. Over 267 were watching live at a certain point, and we streamed for over 222 hours in just a 1 hour live stream. So guys, thank you all so much for the epic live stream. If you missed it, be sure to be here next Sunday with the official release of the Black Clover manga. With that being said, this week's artist for this video is Sora_Zeno. Be sure to go follow them over on Twitter. They currently have 538 followers. I want to see them have 600 followers before the end of the day. So guys, be sure to go follow them and say thank you for letting SGSAMI use your art. Guys, for those of you that don't know, I help smaller artists and put them in these videos. If you're a small artist and you want me to share your art in a video or in a potential video, be sure to contact me. You can contact me on Skype, Twitter, Facebook. At this point, I'm pretty sure you can find my phone number if you really search for it. And with that being said, guys, the next chapter of the Black Clover manga is next week, Sunday, 14th of February. Yo, February 14th, isn't that Valentine's Day? Yo, we're about to be down horrendous live streaming on Valentine's Day. Oh god. Oh god. Yo, next week's chat, we're gonna be calling people out. Yo, if you're in next week's live stream, your ass is single as fuck. Oh god, what the fuck? Why is it on Valentine's Day? Anyway. Oh, that's wild. Anyway, let's just jump straight into this video. Jumping straight into it, guys, there's a lot of things we need to discuss with this chapter in regards to how this chapter directly influences and changes the story of Black Clover to come. And I want to start off with Black Clover's most underrated character, the one that actually gets a little bit way too much hate, and the one that I think I'm going to do a video on tomorrow, so be sure to check out tomorrow's video. Obviously, I'm referencing Damnatio Arcane. Damnatio was a character introduced at the start of Black Clover's Spade Kingdom arc. He came right at the end of the Elf arc, saving Augustus from those nobles who tried to frame the Eye of Midnight's Sun to kill Augustus, which, for the record, I really wish they succeeded. But Damnatio was introduced as a villain. We thought Damnatio was a villain. He was literally about to execute Mari, but a lot of people misunderstand Damnatio. Damnatio just wanted to blame Asta for everything, because if they didn't blame Asta, he even told Asta this: if we don't blame you, then it's you or the Magic Knights, and I'd rather have you blamed than the whole of the Magic Knights, because at the end of the day, the whole of the Magic Knights should have been blamed for the Elf saga, because it was the Magic Knights going on a massive rampage. But obviously they were under Elf control, but how is Damnatio going to prove that? So Damnatio is a very misunderstood character. Now, what's interesting about Damnatio this chapter is his scale magic. His scale magic is directly almost able to actually block the demon's attack and actually makes it a lot smaller. You actually see this in the chapter. The attack actually shrinks. Now, the attack shrinks, which allows him to give enough time for Julius to appear and to stop the demon's attack. But the thing I want to discuss about Damnatio himself is Damnatio arcane level? Now, at the very least, due to his mana, he is by far 100% without a question at stage 0. But is he arcane? Well, let's look at Black Clover chapter 219. When the Black Bulls invade the Magic Parliament in order to save Asta and Sekre, Damnatio activates his scale regulate, and he's able to directly affect every single one of their magics. Charmy's shape magic, Yami's dark magic, which is arcane, Nero's sealing magic, Magna's bat, What else? Like, am I seeing here? The mirrors that Ghost uses, and fate itself. Damnatio is able to directly interfere with fate and shrink Vanessa's cat. Vanessa's cat directly changes fate, so much so that Asta himself was unable to negate, cancel, or attack fate itself. But Damnatio's ability lets him directly change fate and shrink fate, something that not even anti-magic has been able to do in the story so far. Now, obviously, one thing that Damnatio wasn't able to stop is Asta using the Demon Annihilation Sword and using Fate Release to release anti-magic and cancel out Damnatio's magic effect. At the end of the day, Damnatio's scale magic is, you guessed it, magic. So at the end of the day, he is able to get erased just like everybody else with Asta. But even if he's able to get erased, is Damnatio's magic arcane? Honestly, I don't think we'll ever get a proper answer to is Damnatio arcane. But I feel like it would be super cool, especially at the end of this arc, to actually see Damnatio do more. And I definitely want him to appear more after this chapter. Damnatio is one of my favorite characters in the story, and I feel like he gets a little too much hate. So look forward to tomorrow's video in regards to Damnatio. Now, leaving Damnatio aside, oh boy, we gotta talk about him. The man, the myth, the legend, the 28th Wizard King, Julius Novochrono. Julius in this chapter was able to increase his age by 10 years and was able to obtain power, albeit not enough power in regards to how much power Julius originally had, but he's able to age himself up to a level where he now looks older for a certain short amount of time, and he was able to directly block the demon's attack. Now, this could be an issue for Black Clover in general moving forward. This time he did it, he lacked the knowledge of how long he could do it for. But what if in a future arc, everybody's life is in danger and Julius does it again? Is Julius going to be a plot saving point when the author writes himself in a corner in the future? Obviously this one was planned, but in the future, if the author writes himself in a corner, is Julius going to be that plot device that saves everybody? Albeit it's going to be for a short time. It has good drawbacks, good negatives, but at the end of the day, I feel like the issue of Julius being able to do this is a major problem for the future of Black Clover. I would have been perfectly fine with Julius, like, we get a 506 year time skip, Asta and the gang are like 23, 24, Julius is now 16, 17, and he's able to use his time magic, albeit not as good as before, but still uses time magic, and he's able to fight and help the squad. But now the fact that he can literally cheat and doesn't have to wait 5 or 6 years is a little bit of an issue. Now, at the end of the day, I trust Yuki Tabata's writing. I definitely want to see what he plans to do with Julius in the future in regards to Black Clover, but I really do hope he doesn't become a major plot device. And finally, one of the people I do actually want to talk about is Kaisa. Now, at the end of the day, I don't expect much from Kaisa. He's the only captain we know almost nothing about. The only thing we know about Kaisa is that he's married, he's a married man. I was expecting Kaisa to be in the Spade arc, and he is. I expected him to be invading, maybe helping out Mereoleona, but with this, Kaisa was able to show up and use Vortex Magic Area Helix to stop the Ancient Demon. But at the end of the day, I mean, this is very surprising for Yuki Tabata, because I feel like side characters is one of Tabata's strongest points. He's able to develop side characters to make every character absolutely not useless and feel very important. But to me, I don't know about you, but to me, Kaisa feels so underdeveloped. It's just like, it's as if Tabata isn't writing Kaisa. And at the end of the day, this chapter, Kaisa took a massive L. Yes, he was able to stop an attack, but I expected more. The dude, for God's sake, is called the Shield. of the Clover Kingdom. How are you gonna be called the Shield of the Clover Kingdom and come out ending looking like that? Like, what went wrong? Like, Kaisa, come on, man. Come on. That is just not right. Like, I expected more. I don't know about you, but I expected more from the Shield of the Clover Kingdom. And given Tabata's writing, how he's perfectly able to magically include people that you have almost forgotten about. Krish, Nebra, Solid, N, Piri Piri, Soul, even Soul appearing this chapter. The Vice Captain of the Crimson Lines. Dude's pretty much useless. Even he appeared this chapter and was doing things. But Kaisa? Nah. You're doing my man Kaisa so dirty. And finally, the last thing to touch on, the end of the chapter. Let's go, Libe. Devil Union. In his base form, Black Divider, he stops the demon's attacks, transforms to Devil Union, Black Clover chapter 281, and there's nothing I can say about the ending. The ending, it's the ending. You just know next week's chapter. I don't think we're getting it, but if we are getting it, it's gonna be absolutely fucking epic. I hope we get the Black Divider back. Yo, I hope Devil Union looks so fucking epic, man. I just want it to look so cool. But one thing I do want to touch on as a final note, not in regards to any character, is the rough sketches. Near towards the end of the chapter, it's blatantly obvious that Tabata was just unfortunately unable to finish the art for this chapter. Don't get me wrong, at the end of the day, it's Tabata's art, and Tabata's art looks amazing, but it's blatantly obvious that Tabata was unable to finish towards the end of the chapter. I am very, very worried for Tabata's health. Obviously, we've had this before. We've had this before for like 20, 30 chapters where the art was just simply unfinished. Around chapter 120 or 130, if you were reading it weekly, around the Marileona fights, it was literally just chapters and chapters of just literally sketches that have just not finished. I hope Tabata is okay. Obviously, coming out of Black Clover chapter 280, I expected something like this to happen. In chapter 281, it was very, very obvious. Chapter 280 introduced 3 brand new character designs for the Dark Triad, introduced 32 brand new demon designs, and obviously introduced a brand new giant ancient demon design. So obviously I expected going into Black Clover chapter 281 something like this. I'm sad it came true, but honestly at the end of the day, we pray for Yuki Tabata's health. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Sim, as always. Peace.